Hello everybody, Ron, aka Daddy Geek, here with a Disney Infinity 2.0 video. This is a kind of like a progress report on my latest toy box that I've been working on for the Cinderella challenge. But it's not as much of a progress report as also a call for help. Um, I'm running into a little bit of a problem here making this toy box, and I was putting this video up so those of you that watch my YouTube channel or are part of the Disney Infinity fans community forums can maybe give me a little bit of a help, a little bit of maybe some suggestions, some thoughts on this, because I'm running into a bit of a problem. So here's the deal. As you can see, we got Lucifer in front of us here. And I really like, sorry for the motion sickness, I really like how he turned out. As you can see, he looks a little cute for Lucifer, but he's still pretty cool. I like him. So, Bill's body back there, his tail, and his legs and claws down here. And as you can see, there's some green challenge orbs down there. And my idea was to recreate the scene where Jack and Gus Gus have to go into that room where Lucifer is and grab the green beads and sash and whatnot from Lucifer and get it back so they can help, work on Cinderella's dress. Because the idea is that you're a new mouse in the house. You're playing the, part of the Cinderella story from the mouse's perspective. So anyway, I like Lucifer. I love the idea of having to grab the challenge orbs as the beads. As you can see, I even have some underneath of his claws here. I got a masher on each side and his claws. Try to give it a little bit of challenge to get underneath of there and grab the challenge orbs. Make it a little bit like he's swatting down at you as you're grabbing them. But anyway, I digress. Here's my problem. As you can see, we got some pretty funky shadows. That is because I originally had planned on recreating this room as close to the way it looks in the movie as possible. But I've already run into a couple of problems. First off, the carpet's blue, which is fine. I got that down pack, and I can trim out the edges here with some wood to simulate that there's a gap between the baseboard and the carpet in the movie, and it's a wood floor with some carpet on top. And I did the baseboard here, and here's the problem. The problem starts as soon as you get up to the wall and above. The wall in the movie, unless I'm mistaken, is white, and I can't find any type of terrain piece that you can use that would be close to white or would look decent as a wall. Right now, we have the Asgard wall in front of us here. That's what I'm using to simulate, I guess, wallpaper. It's the best thing I could come up with. Then we got a window over here, which needs to be softened a little bit. It's a little too sharp at angles there, but that turned out pretty well. The big problem I have is you can see that by putting walls up, it's thrown some pretty funky shadows in the room. And also, if you look up, no ceiling. That's because, almost every house, including in the Cinderella movie, the ceiling would be white. And I have no idea what to use for ceiling that would be white. Once again, no terrain is white, at least that I'm aware of. Maybe there's a power disc out there that you can use for white terrain. I'm not sure. So I can't find anything to make for the ceiling. Now, I could use flooring similar to how I used the wall here for the wood trim. Like, this is all pieces of wall here that are just, I think I used one of the concrete textures and make it look white. So I could use the flooring version of this. Oh, get down there. I could use the flooring version of this on the ceiling, but one, that would be an awful lot of flooring, as you can imagine. I mean, look at the size of this gap that I got there. So one, that would take me a very long time, which I don't know if I have that kind of time, and two, if I get out of spark mode here, you'll see that my block limit is already halfway up. So one, I figure if I do that out of ceiling, there goes my block limit. It's going to push it up. I won't have any real room left to build the furniture because I still want to build a desk and maybe an ottoman or a chair, something to have the mice have to platform on and jump on and go around to collect all the beads and everything else that's going to be in this level, the actual gameplay. So that's my problem. If anyone has some suggestions on what I could do for the ceiling or ways I could save on the block limit, the ceiling especially, because my only idea that I have right now, let me get back in Spark mode, my only idea I have right now is to eliminate this entire wall back here. And what that would do is, one, that would stop these funky shadows from getting all over the place. And as you can see, it kind of like even washes out the light. You get rid of the shadows, and also don't even bother with the ceiling. And as you can see from the view right here that I'm at, I could use a bunch of sidestep cameras to keep the view, well, from the side here. So, you know, I'm kind of basically fooling the player with the camera to, you know, so they don't look up to see that there's absolutely no ceiling and there's nothing else in the, you know, it's not a full room. I mean, that would be easy to do, and that might be my only option. But it feels like I'm kind of cheesing it because I really wanted to have this entire room done. I really wanted the full room. I wanted to recreate it as, you know, close as possible. As I was already annoyed that I couldn't get the wall texture that I wanted to match the movie. But, you know, the problem with the sidestep camera, besides the fact that it feels like I'm cheesing it, is there's going to be a lot of platforming in here to collect all the beads, to collect all the items that you need to collect. And that would mean I'd have to do quite a few camera changes because I don't want to keep the camera too far out so the player can actually enjoy themselves when they get this close to Lucifer to easily get in there and get the beads and to, you know, to do some platforming. I don't want to have the camera become an issue. I can't stand playing games where the camera gets in the way of the gameplay. I can't stand it. It's one of my pet peeves, so I don't want to do that to anyone else. So that's part of my concern. If I use the sidestep camera, I'm going to cause that exact same problem. So maybe some of you out there have a better idea that maybe you wouldn't mind sharing that could help me out here, especially with the ceiling, or even just some other ideas on how I can get around all this. Because once again, I still need to make the furniture. I still need to incorporate the gameplay and the logic, which that's real quick for me. I usually have no problems getting the logic and the gameplay down and inserted into the round quickly. This is the stuff that I always run into because it takes me forever to build the level the way I exactly want it. And that's one reason why I also haven't submitted as many toy boxes as I would have liked, because usually I get about halfway through and I'm like, I don't like that, start from scratch and then run out of time. Anyway, enough babbling. So anyway, if you have some ideas, I'd appreciate if you could post them either underneath in the comment section here of the video, or over on the Disney Infinity Fans community forum. So if you've taken the time to watch this and you know, have some suggestions, I really appreciate it. You know, I know everyone's supposed to build their own toy boxes and submit them, but right now I'm just hoping someone will have some ideas of what I can do about the rest of this room, the ceiling. I love Lucifer, but the room itself is starting to frustrate me to the point where I'm like, okay, maybe I can insert him somewhere else completely. But anyway, that's it for this video. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching any of my videos if you ever watched any of them, and checking out any of my toy boxes that I've done, and just, you know, contributing to part of the Disney Infinity community. So anyway, thank you for watching, take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.